Are we streaming? Are we live? And we're live. Perfect. Well, got a little glimpse of my Joy-Con drift there. My left stick has been drifting up a little bit. But no time to get that fixed since quarantine thing. Well, hello, welcome to Let's Play from Patreon. I'm Diego here. This is our March stream, and I know it's a little bit late for March. Thank you for flying. No, you don't have a lot of options, huh? Let's see, what did they send me? Okay, so I ordered some Rockin' KK. I ordered some pants. Thank you. And eye mask. Oh, for sleeping. Okay. Let's just put some stuff back in my house. So this is my island. It's called Helecho, which is Spanish for fern. My house isn't too much to look at. I have sort of a little 1/4 bathroom here. It's just the sink. A little sort of little play area. You can sit down, play some, I'll say, off-brand Candyland with some, I don't know, Catan pieces. I got a little thumb piano. Perfect. Let's put on this Rockin' KK. There we go. I also have a little sort of work area. I don't know why exactly I have this here. I just liked it and I didn't want to do anything else with it. I do not have enough surface spaces, so I'm still using some cardboard boxes. But I have this bobblehead of the champion here, as well as an eye mask up there. And in the back I have a little study. So today, as you can see on the date marker, today we have just launched a new series on Let's Play. Very excited about it. That is looking at human evolution through the game Ancestors. And so you might know that I sort of studied anthropology in college. So I wanted to make my study sort of anthropological. So I got an Australopith, I got a skull record player, skeleton, and some more human anatomy stuff. As well as a katana, because katanas are fun. Yeah, my house is pretty simple so far. I haven't gotten too crazy with anything yet. But let's start our day, put on some new clothes, get changed. Start fresh. Nope. Backpack off. Put on some glasses. Put on here, I think it's just a touch chilly, but it's still real sunny where I am currently. Actually, wait, no, I want to put on those chino pants that I just got. That's pretty nice. I think instead of those blue glasses, then I'll wear this. Yeah, this is coming together. And let's go with these. Oh, that's almost a little too close. Let's do that. Now I like the red. Yeah, this is a nice little styling outfit. Wonderful. So this is a tired morning for me. I did not get good sleep last night, and so I figured for our stream we'll just sort of take it nice and chill. Just go through the daily routine here. So as you can see right outside of my house, I have this. Oh my god. I have this soccer field with the flowers starting to come in. I planted a bunch of flowers to help denote the boundaries of my soccer field, so I know where I can run around in and make sure I don't run outside of it, so I don't trample the flowers. As you can see, we have yellow on one side and white on the other, with these red lilies as our corner markers. I might make some tiles to make like a goal box or a halfway line or something like that, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. As we can see, I've also made some tiles. Let's take a quick look at my custom designs here. I have tiles of a few different pieces of brick, so that way they can interlace together and make these nice pathways, since I don't have the actual pathway making thing yet. We have this pathway leading to my friend Sheldon. Oh, hi. I haven't seen you here before. But you know what? We'll get back to you. We're going to take a quick tour of my island. Would you like to join me on my tour? No? That's the wrong button. Oh, did you just look sad about that, or were you laughing at me? Here, 1 second. Let me greet you. Hello. Oh, that's very sweet. You match the emotion somewhat. That's so delightful. So this leads down to the airport. We can see I have my flag. I love designing flags. I'm not the most happy with the tone of red that I have there, but as you can see, based on my map, let me just pull up the full map. You can get a good sense of how things look from sort of the overview here. I have 3 rivers, which is a lot of rivers, and I wanted to denote that in my flag. So my flag, the design part of it, you can see I went through a lot of iterations, sort of trying to nail something down. This is a slightly darker red that I might implement later, but I wanted to I like the basic design of something very vaguely emblem-y with sort of the 3 bars. But I also love when there's sort of the triangle on the side. So I was experimenting here with the triangle being sort of inserted into the middle bar, as opposed to sort of overlaying on top of the 3 bars. And that was a piece of it that I really liked. I think I hear a balloon. So, I used to not like the Bunny Day stuff until I realized how much the items sell for. So for example, this Bunny Day wall, if I make it, it's going to sell for about 5,000 bells, just under, which is pretty decent for, you know, just casually picking up all of the different things. But yeah, back to the flag design. So because I have 3 rivers, it's something that's distinct to my place. It's not just an island. It is not just lush and green or flowerful or has apples or all of these other things. But it has 3 rivers, and that's distinct, and that's the thing that I picked about my island, of the options that I was given, of course. And so I wanted to denote that and also give it more sort of an actual emblem of a design past just the colors. Because you think of something like, let's say the Italian flag or the French flag, a lot of flags are sort of just the 3 colors that it is the colors themselves are the emblem and the symbol, but I like, oh my goodness. I like having a little bit more than that. And then red because my initial fruit was apples. Orth egg. So as we see here, we're walking through this little bit of suburbs that I made with one of my biggest failures, this house. I put 1 square too far forward, and that disappoints me. I'm disappointed in myself because of that. But I call this Swole Row because all 3 of the folks here are about, you know, getting fit. Is Victoria in? No. So we have a racehorse named Victoria. We have just the sweetest little tiger boy named Tybalt, and we have a little squirrel named Sheldon. I want to talk to Tybalt first because I love Tybalt. Forgot I made him call me Broseph. It's almost Electro's big day. I can't wait. It's gonna be like leg day times a gajillion. Guessing you mean Well, that could mean either Bunny Day or the KK Slider concert. I still got to make a couple houses for that. Let's see. Yeah, so we have this town square leading on one end to our museum, and on the other end leading over to this like main street, which, you know, is in part of Main Street because it's attached to this little area of houses, 3 in a row. But also, I wasn't planning on this being like a main street. It just happened this was a good patch of like open ground to fit things in. Because of the 3 rivers, there's not a whole lot of actual room to fit stuff together. And so, I also, in addition to wanting to move Sheldon's house to match these, actually, I also want to move both of these two up a couple of squares, so that way this street can just go straight across, as opposed to having this little zigzaggy there, because there's enough room back here for it. As you can tell, there's a lot of things that I hadn't quite planned for, such as not knowing where the street here was going to be, or that there was going to be a street. So my first bridge is going to be replaced by a nice brick one pretty soon. But I want to be able to connect all of the things before I start replacing other stuff. So here we have our next little piece of suburbs, including someone who has just moved in. So let's see who our new neighbor is. Would you look at that? It's Duckman Drake. Hello, Duckman Drake. Hey, Diego, I'm all done moving. You're right, this island is neat. I'm real excited to live on Elecho. I wanted to play with everybody, but first, Quacko, I gotta get unpacked. So that's most of the residential areas. We have... Oh, hi. Oh, whoops. Sorry there. Sorry, Victoria. It's the racehorse I mentioned from earlier. We also have these two up here. You know, just around. Hey, Sheldon. How's it going? We actually I made a new ramp last night, so I'm gonna start going this way to head for the ramp as I hopefully get some fossils. Here I have my strategic planning of where I'm planting trees, so that way I can keep... Oh, gosh darn Joy-Con drift. So I know I can hit all of them if I use the shovel, or I believe the bigger axe. Ugh. Unfortunate. But I don't want to break the big shovel, because this one's just easier to make. So, you know, I'm fine with it. I forgot to grab pears. Whenever I grabbed pears, I would sell them. So if I went to my friend's island and got some pears, I would accidentally sell them all before planting any. Híjole, I'm so bad at catching bugs today. So this is, I divide my islands up into little districts. So this is supposed to be sort of the pear district. But as you can see, they're still growing. And these are where apple trees used to be. I would dig these up, but as you see, there are some bugs that only come on tree stumps. So I figured, especially while these are still growing, I'll leave some stumps around. Here we have our nice little peninsula. Ooh, message in a bottle. Glad I came up here. I see you, sea bass. Cherry speakers. And I forgot to move my shorts out of my pockets. It's okay, we'll live. Actually, how much space do I have? I have plenty of space. I should go a round of collecting all the, oops, fruit. Yeah, I'm gonna just catch the fruit out of a tree with my net. One at a time, one at a time. So the thing that I started doing yesterday that has already proved to be successful is, so if you, the thing that's new in this Animal Crossing to previous ones is if you eat a fruit, you can pick up a tree wholesale. Oh. Police. There we go. So if you pick up a tree, or if you eat a fruit, you can pick up a tree wholesale. And so when I've been using my Nook miles to go on island trips, I've started trying to leave a couple of spaces open for picking up coconut trees, so I don't have to wait for them to be planted and grow. I can just plant the whole tree in my own beaches. So like this is an example of one of those where I did that yesterday, which is why it hasn't grown back today. Excuse me, butterfly. I finally caught a bug today. Woo! Okay, set it over. Gonna backtrack. Ooh, sweet. I don't think I have too many more egg recipes. I think I just have a couple. So I think I need either the walling or the flooring. I'm a big fan of the floating cherry blossoms. I tried to catch one in a net just for funsies, and then when it actually caught it, I was floored. It was so cool. A second chance. Yahoo! Yeah. It's very interesting seeing the, I'll say, refinagled economy between this and New Leaf. Oh no! That's not what I meant to do. The perils, the dangers of the job. Uh-oh. There we go. Come on, Joy-Con, don't drift for me. Well, I'll deal with that all in a second. A real balloon for me? Why, thank you. Yep. Yeah. So with New Leaf, you could, go to the tropical island and get just hundreds of thousands of bells a day. Intercom monitor. Oh, I have to hang that on like a wall, huh? I'll figure it out. I might not have enough space to completely fill up everything. Or I might not have enough space to oops, travel through the whole island without clearing out my pockets. Finally, a fossil. So one of the least priority places I want to put a ramp is up to here, probably sort of here jutting out. Maybe make it one of those blue metal ones. That's part of why it's least priority, because that's the most expensive kind. Because up here I have a little wind turbine farm, and I might want to put some more things like that up here. Maybe this is where I put a lighthouse. I have some solar panels elsewhere, but I might clear up the trees and make this just sort of like the little energy corner. Or maybe just, riddle it with just so many wind turbines. You know what? It's something. So I'm gonna go down here first before I explore back up there, because down here this is the only little this is a little cul-de-sac that I have. Looking at my map, a little cul-de-sac that I have. Why can't I look at the map? Over by where I have my campsite, you see, and where my little pin for myself is. This is the little orange district that I've set up. So far the fruit districts are only on the sort of base level. I haven't expanded them past that. But here's where I have my campsite, my oranges, and as you see, there's no bridges to this little cul-de-sac outside of this ramp. Yahoo! So I still got some thought to put in as to whether I want to connect this past that at all, or whether I want to leave it as sort of a little piece of wilderness where the campsite goes. You know, choices. I should plant some of these oranges. I don't know if I have enough orange trees around here. Some people might wonder why I don't have them sort of orchard style, and that's because I like sort of a more sort of natural look to all of it, you know, a more random, haphazard, but in an intentional way, you know, random but make it intentional. I'll plant just a couple of these. No. A little bit of an open space. No, not right there. Right here. There we go. I'll just shake down these tree eggs. As we go to the spot that I probably adore most about this island. I didn't even realize that this was here when I looked at the map overview. I have a little heart lake, a little heart pond. So I've made this a nice little park, little romantic area. Ah, beans. There we go. Just gonna catch some of these bugs. I probably don't have space for all of these bugs. I should be more, yeah, cautious. So looks like we might have to double back through a little bit of the area. First, let me just hop up here. Little place for an observatory. Nice little overlook of the romantic park. Here's the solar panel I was talking about earlier. Ooh, this is a perfect spot. Pro tip. I would not have known this if I did not get told it. With these, you can either replant the 1,000 bells, and it ought grow a money tree, where you shake it and then it gives you 3,000 as opposed to just the 1,000. Or if you plant a fruit in there, it is more likely to give you perfect fruit. So as you can see, I want to either a ramp down here or a bridge across, but I don't know if this is too wide for me to build a bridge. I suspect it is, and none of this terrain is sort of stable enough to build a bridge across either. So I suspect I'll probably have to build a ramp. Here is my guess. Although I know that you can just kind of slide along the back. But that isn't my favorite, you know, I want these paths to be a little more obvious than that. I'll have to worry about you two later. Actually, should I have space? I should have space, unless I pick up any clay. You know, I'm gonna risk the clay, and then this leads back down to our peach district. But you know, I'm gonna have to come back through here anyway, so I might as well get those rocks on the way back. But for now, let's pop through Nooks and see what we got. First, let's check our hot item, bamboo candle hodler. We can check our turnip prices. I didn't get any turnips yesterday, but I know some folks who do. That is such a cute little toaster. Oh my goodness. Let's check the turnip prices. 97? Nah, that ain't enough. Let's sell the things that we can sell. I'm a shell boy. No, I want those. I want to sell the coconuts though, and I do want to also sell the oranges. That's decent. Let's do some... Ooh, what are my Nook miles today? Oh, easy ass. Selling items, I can do that. Talking to neighbors, I can do that. Chopping wood, I'll do that. All the other stuff, I'll probably do most of it. Let's see what we got in terms of our walling and flooring. Well, some of these are nice. Black crown wall, that's some wild stuff. Both tiger and leopard. Ooh, how can I pick a favorite? What did I get for that? Oh. Earning Nook miles by earning Nook miles. You just earned miles for finishing. Oh. Wait. Oh, that's the number of times that I've done that, not the number of miles I've earned. That makes more sense. You know, that hourglass wouldn't be too bad for my study if I had more, like, shelf space. It fits that sort of regal look to it. So we've cleared out some of that pocket space. Just gonna pop by... I want to pop by Nooks after. I have these pathways that I'm walking exactly parallel to. I keep my fossils in my pocket. I'm just going to put the eggs and the clothes and the iron away. Oh, I should check what that intercom is all about. Intercom monitor. Yeah, this is jam. As you can see over here, I have a little breaker by my workbench. You know, just cause. That's very funny. I'll keep that in storage for a little bit, because that's the kind of... Not hang on, wall. Put in storage. That's the kind of, you know, little thing that's, you know, pretty harmless to have. You know, it doesn't take up too much space. You know, like the little party garlands over that, or the breaker. You know, I'll find a space for it. Now back to making the rounds on the island. You know what? I want to talk to you. How's it going? That's why I'm traveling to lots of different places. I want to see and learn about as many styles as I can. In fact, I wonder if maybe you might help me with a little style exercise. It goes like this. I'll call out a specific fashion theme, and then you change into an outfit that matches that theme. You'll have to model it for me, of course, but I'll give you a gift for your trouble. Sure. Wonderful, thank you so much. Let's get to it. So I'd like you to show me a party outfit. Say you and your best friend were going to a fancy soiree. Oh, a fancy soiree. Okay. Party clothing, so you have an idea of what I'm looking for. Okay. Comedian's outfit. Okay, I gotta coordinate this outfit. It'd be fab. I'll be waiting right here, so come back anytime. Well, this seems like as good a time as any to hop into the Able Sisters. My brother gave me some comedian's pants, so that maybe should go with the comedian's outfit. Thanks for having me. Ooh, that's some... Looks like we got some good stuff today. Just wanted to chat, you know. In, I think it was New Leaf, or it might have been Wild World, I would wear, a pilot's cap, like, all the time. That was, like, just my style. Ooh, more glasses. I'm gonna go with these. These are decent. Ooh, these are fun socks. Let's get some, get these in here. Lots of nice shoes, some high tops. I think I have those high tops in purple, but I could use some trekking shoes. And I want these yellow trekking shoes. I might, you know what? I do want one of these explorer's hats though. But in what color? I like the yellow. I think the yellow is a nice balance between like this is just impractical, you know. It's purely for fashion, you know. This is a nice in between, you know. It's a vivid color, but it's still a more natural color, you know. Oh, Explorer shorts are different than other ones. Also go yellow here. Today just seems to be a very yellow noble coat. These are pretty snazzy, I gotta admit. Oh, a fisher hemmed? I'm not sure what that is or means. What is it? Dance team jacket, bulldog jacket, and a collarless shirt. Those collarless shirts are pretty good. I'll probably go for... Nope. I mean, I guess I'm just going for the full yellow explorer outfit. Unless... Oh man. Okay. This is where it gets tricky for me. Because... Hear me out. No, hey, just hear me out. Because I kind of want, you know, it's nice to get it to match. But on top of that, what if I want to wear the Explorer tee without the rest of it, you know? Is the rest of my closet something that can fit with this stuff? And I'm not sure it is. I think I'm going to go for one of these collarless tees. I don't think I have something in black yet. Unless I put all this Explorer stuff and I just have it and I wait until I have a mannequin of my own. Now you might be saying, Diego, why don't you just get both of those? And that's because I've been playing this game such that I only get enough outfit that I can wear out of one of these, and I don't want to have to like go back in and get another thing. That seems like a lot of effort. And so I think I'm just going to go with the all yellow. And I will not wear it out. I'll keep this on for now. Thank you for going into my home and putting it there for me. That didn't really help me with the comedians thing, but you know, it was a nice segue. Well, it wasn't a comedian, it was a party. Guess we gotta go back home. Let's do this label stuff and then we'll finish our rounds to the island. So we go to the Peach District, home of people, and the Cherry Coast. So named because it takes up sort of the whole coast. Alright, let's see if, yeah, it gave me this comedian's outfit, which goes perfect with my comedian's pants. And I want some funny shoes. What are the funniest shoes I have? Maybe I want the nicest shoes I have, right? So maybe these loafers. No, the high tops are sort of nicer color-wise too. And I probably want some, yeah, simple accent socks. As for a hat, I don't know if a hat is really the way to go. Maybe a nice ribbon. Maybe I should go for my no mask. No, I want glasses. You know, with these give a very, I'll say like a sort of talk show host kind of vibe to them. So I don't go with those. Nipple hat. I think... I probably want to wear something on my head, right? I'll go with the ribbon. Yeah. I'm gonna be so impressed. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, 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 bum. I see you've changed clothes. Can I take a look at the outfit you came up with? Sure. Here's my ladder. I see. Wonderful. That's it exactly. I'm great at this. Your combination of clothing radiates that perfect party look. It's my pants. There's just so much I can learn from your sense of style. Thank you. I want to give you something to show how much I appreciate your help. Have you heard of tailor's tickets? You can take a tailor's ticket to the tailor shop and exchange it for an item that costs 3,000 bells or less. Now, you can't use it in Timmy and Tommy's shop. Still, I hope you can use it to buy something nice for yourself. I'll send my gift to you in the mail, so be sure to look for it there. And please take this too. I made it with my own 2 paws. Close, 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 close. Sweet. Label is new, so it's not famous yet. I'll call it Label. I used to go by that name when I first set out to be a designer. But these days I'm using my real name, Label, which, while Label lives on in my fashion label. Oh, I hope that's not too confusing. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you for being so very helpful. Ah, what a nice little arc. Ooh, that's pretty snazzy. You know what? This is my look today. This is me. I've been looking for an excuse to wear these comedian's pants. Oh, hi, Olaf. You're still the worst, but it's okay. I was hoping you might be producing a low-budget yet artistically groundbreaking feature film, and so I dropped everything to get my headshot updated. And I found out you've been working to get behind the scenes to get KK a gig on Electro. That's even cooler with kudos to you. You clearly take this whole resident representative thing pretty seriously. In fact, your dedication inspired me to get something for you. People giving me things left and right today. Recognize this? They call it an air circulator. I think it might come in handy for that special project, wink wink. Now I leave the rest to your capable hands. Owifa. You mean a fan? Oh, you just put on glasses. So you can talk to... Just saying hi. Oh, I need to tend to some flowers. I should do that. The place that I like to tend to flowers the most to make sure they grow is in Tybalt's yard. 2 reasons. One, I have this nice little pink hyacinth, and I want that to continue to grow and continue to make more of itself. Nope. No, I don't want that axe. I want this umbrella. Nope, that's not an umbrella. That's a watering can. Equally, right. There we go. So I want to make sure that this one continues to grow. But I also like just having this, big, nice one. But I also want to increase the number of flowers sort of around here. But I particularly don't want to water the flowers of the soccer field because I don't want to have to tend to that a lot. If I don't water them, then they just won't overgrow. I've been going for these sky eggs because the highest price items for the Bunny Day stuff are the ones that, let's walk around that construction sign real quick, are the ones that use every egg to be constructed. It is, funnily enough, not like the most bang for your buck, but instead just the most, I'll say, concise production of them. And the one that I have the least of right now is them sky eggs. So I need more sky eggs. It looks like I also need more peach trees, but I might just have them on a cycle where they're you know, not growing and the, you know, half are growing, half are not growing. But regardless, I think your backyard here, Drake, is a great place for another peach tree. I'll just keep the cycle up of, you know, continuing to plant, and then I need to cut stuff down, and I'll plant more, and you know how it goes. I super dig the 10 a.m. theme. I just think it's choice. The little the trumpet. Big fan of trumpets. I actually used to play the trumpet. You know, the little. It feels very. I dug that thing up. Oh well. I'll be risky about this one. I'll especially will be risky because this is an unfortunate turn of events. Well, I guess that's how that worked out. How unfortunate. But I have no ways of getting up there without a ladder, so I'm just going to scope it out from down here. Looks like over there is clear. Won't need to go up there today. Man, I'm bummed about that axe. Let's see if I can make another. It says, yeah, this Bunny Day wall takes 2 of everything to make. And this sells for about 5,000. That's such a weird thing. Those are pretty neat. I like the little readout on the leaf. I think it's a choice detail. Oh wait, no, I wanted to craft the... I wanted to craft the thingy. Mabobber. Hickey-do. Let's do it. I made a flimsy axe. Do I have enough wood to make a non-flimsy axe? No, I need more wood. So let me grab small wood. Nope. None of that's what I need, but I'll take it anyway. How about you? Oh, I hear a spider. Oh. Bagworm. Not spider. Excuse me. There we go. I figured out yesterday how to get those mole crickets. So, in previous Animal Crossing games, frogs, when present. When frogs were in ponds, you could hear them like ribbit. But I don't know if there's frogs in ponds anymore, especially because I don't have many ponds. And I was hearing what I thought was like a frog ribbiting, where there weren't any ponds. And so I was very confused, and so I kept like going over to my ponds and seeing if I could find a frog there. And there kept not being any. It's probably going to be a sea bass, but I'm still going to catch it. No. I go by sound for catching fish. I found that to be the most reliable for me. Because if I see them coming, then I get too tense. And then I don't actually... I either don't hit it in time, or I... what's the word? Do it too soon. No cherries today? I guess it's just sort of an off cycle for the cherries. I need to plant more coconut trees around here too. And we can't catch this thing that is most assuredly an egg. Oop. I was right. It's not a fish. And, oh, we gotta hit these rocks too. I like this rock here because the fence behind it just really captures its essence. Alright, I gotta actually fix the axe. There's a lot of eggs coming from this one. Can I have some more iron, please? Uh-oh. Nope. Oh, I got a... Oh, I already claimed enough miles things here. What else do I got? Gotta chop more wood, gotta tend more flowers. I thought I tended all the flowers. I'll water one more flower. Okay, Nook, you twisted my arm. Okay, while I'm here, let me get on my little Animal Crossing soapbox about Nook. So, thing about Tom Nook is that people make him out to be this, like, awful capitalist. But because the games are different, that is true to varying degrees in different games. And in New Leaf, he wasn't, like, exceptionally bad. And people be like, hey, you know, if you don't pay your thingies, you'll, like, break your knees or whatever. It's not an exaggeration. That's complaints I heard. And that bugs me, because when you exaggerate about your fiction like that, it makes you less capable of seeing the parts that are actually bad. But because Nook's role has changed so much over the course of the different games, wow, that was quite the rock there. People conflate all of the different things. So in the first Animal Crossing, it is true that if you no, just wood. I want normal wood, please. And yes, I will take those Nook miles. As soon as you upgraded your house, he would automatically do the next upgrade and give you a loan for it. You put you in debt for it. But every subsequent game, including this one, that is no longer the case. You have to ask for it to be upgraded, at which point he tells you how much it will cost, at which point you accept or decline. But on top of all of that, the fact that these are no-interest loans means that essentially you're paying off for the next upgrade rather than paying off the work that was done on your behalf in upgrading your home, in making your home bigger. But in this game in particular, as opposed to New Leaf or City Folk, Nook's role as essentially the owner of the island and all of the things on it puts him in a different category than in New Leaf or in City Folk, where you know, here I think his practices have gone back to being sort of more exploitative and being closer to the, I'll say, stereotype of Nook. Did I not find that last fossil? Oh, it's gonna be up in the spot that I didn't check it. Well, I'm perusing through here. Let me say hi to Aurora. Hello, Aurora. Let's talk. It is already fun, baby. So while, for example, he has no interest loans that can be paid off with a couple of days strategic hard work. Oh, hey. Forgot I planted an apple tree up here. There we go. Where is that last fossil? Here present in the sky. No longer. I might have missed it. Oops. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Not beans. Here present. There it is. There you are. Come to me. My sky egg. Ah, beans. What does it take to make a slingshot? I've just been buying them, and I have the recipe. Ba-da-da-da. Flying Paradise. Is that really my 100th balloon? That's pretty wild. Wishes come true. Oh, right, the wishing on a star. I've not been good at that. I love this one. You get a stamp for losing a balloon in water. What did I get in my Critterpedia? Oh right, I recently got a snapping turtle. Very fun. Oops. Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Olaf. Let's donate what we have and keep an eye out for that last thing. Maybe it's just like right behind the museum. Diego, have you ever thought of that? I don't think so. If there's anything to actually donate. Oops, wait, I need to assess the fossils. But yeah, back to Tom Nook. I think conversations about Tom Nook and his goodness or badness need to be put in the context of each individual game and the way in which he acts in that. Because there are, like, it is worth talking about the gradient of exploitation as opposed to, like, hard and fast lines. Oh, are they all for selling? I wasn't reading that close enough. Yep, they're all for selling. Nice. Gonna make a little extra money today. But when it comes to this game, so in the last game, because you are the mayor, you were the mayor in the last game. There are power dynamics of you being in that like political position and the things that you could do there, such that, for example, the ways that you could shape the town sometimes felt perhaps less. I'm gonna wait to sell my apples until I am in someone else's town. I don't need a fan. Why, thank you. That's a pretty nice clock. I might get that clock later. No, I already have a clock in my study. I don't need two clocks in my study. Put one on top of the other. But that combined with Nook's position as like a realtor who like did contract work for your house basically, is different than his role here, where he is basically the owner of the island, has you. So, for example, Actually, let's do that. Let's take a look at our map. Let's see where we want to put our next plot of land. I think maybe I would put it by Aurora, or this is what I'm a little more inclined to do. Maybe we put it actually up on the second tier, over sort of north of the Peach District. So that way we continue that Peach District up into that sort of second tier. Else, we put it over all the way sort of south of the campsite over where the pears go. These are all tempting. I like the idea of someone else just sort of living off on their lonesome. So I think I'll put them over by the pear district, uncontested. I gotta put all this stuff. I forgot to sell my peaches. That's fine. This KK Rockin' really is, well, rockin'. It's times like this where I miss the DS's touchscreen. And also slide these apples in storage. Perfect. But as we can see, in me wanting another resident, they aren't just going to be able to move in here. I have to go to Nook, say that I want to sell a plot of land, at which point he basically sells it to me to be sold to someone else and developed. And my reward is these Nook miles. And that loop is not good. Let's talk infrastructure. Yeah, I'm going to sell some land, help prep some land for a future home. Excellent. So I'm doing work for him. I'm saying this is going to be a good place for some land. I'm going to make you money by giving you some land to be sold. You have to charge a small fee of 10,000 bells, but if someone moves in, you'll earn miles for your efforts. Does that sound okay with you? Sure. Just hand over the housing kit you'll need. Used to claim a plot of land for a new house, Diego. Like, why am I paying for this? Oh, it looks like this is our last plot. Wonderful. I'm good. Oh, I should drop by for the ABD. That ATM alike. Why don't they just call it an ATM? Mystery of the world will never know. Who just popped out from behind that tree? Oh, hey, Plucky. Shaky poo. I think I left my paperweight at my last place. Not like I used it much, but still. Okay, so let's find a nice place here for a house. You know what? I'm thinking about it. And I like this whole sort of coast bit as sort of a little bit more wilderness. I think I'm gonna keep this a little bit more wild. So we got, pear trees mixing in with our bamboo, which I forgot to chop today. I should go do that. What did I break? Oh, I broke a slingshot. Gotta make a slingshot. And I hear something that could be slingshotted. So it goes in these bunny days of life. Wonderful, wonderful. And then we'll have, here is also a nice spot for all of these other like chopped down trees, and so it can be this nice mix of all this other sort of the etc. portion of it. So maybe I'll leave this, unless, well, I have no guarantee of who is going to move in there. So I might sell the plot of land, and it might be a properly sort of like spooky in the woods kind of person who moves in there. Or we might get a kind of situation like we have with Aurora, where Aurora seems like personable enough, but she lives all on her lonesome over on the Cherry Coast. And that broke too. Alrighty. So we check back with our map. Part of what's difficult is I want there to be lots of cherry trees over on that Cherry Coast, but there's so much of that land that's just beach. I like the idea of putting it over on the second tier. I think I'm going to do that. That also leaves a sort of pear land open for later. Thanks, Olaf. I don't want to say development, but you know, basically it's development. So here's what I can do. I'm gonna put down some more pathway here just to see where a good spot for the house would lie. So that way I don't do what I accidentally have done. Come on. There we go. You know, that's actually the smoothest I've put down path in a while. It's been a hot second since I've done sort of something that clean. Nope. Nope. That's a lot closer to how it usually goes. Looks like, does it display right in front of me, right below me? Who can remember these things? So we can have this nice little pathway up here. Maybe we'll put the house right here until they'll have a little bit of a yard here, and we can plant more trees on this side. And so that way, when I need to, in the future, move... So when you move... Well, that's better, I guess. When you move... when you say you want layout changes and you're moving, for example, a building like the Able Sisters or Sheldon's house, you can't just build it basically on top of where it was, just the one square back. You have to move it somewhere else and then rebuild it back over here. So, for one, instead of just being a 50,000 bell expenditure, then becomes 100,000 bell expenditure. So better to have it be very off than a little off in this game, it seems. But so it goes. And you know, while I'm here, I'll also get myself a net to tide me over, even though I have... Even though I have sticks out the wazoo. Yeah, so when I want to move those other things, then I can have up here sort of like a temporary holding space where maybe, oh, right here's where Nooks or the Able Sisters will sit for however amount of time I need to have it sit for before I, basically just rebuild it. And if it comes to it, then maybe we just make this whole sort of residential row where we can move people like Aurora to be closer to other folks, where we have sort of between Sheldon, Tybalt, and Victoria, sort of moving up through the Able Sisters and Nooks, up to then Nate's and Olaf and now Drake, and sort of have this sort of pillar in the middle of where people reside, within just Plucky and now Allie, who just moved in. I guess finished moving in yesterday, so I haven't gotten to become acquainted with as much. Sort of giving it this nice sort of central location. I think that's a good plan. means that I need to imagine what it looks like. I want some space here for a little yard for them. And what happened to the... Oh, there it is. Things got moved around. Put this one there. And let's see what this looks like. Let's imagine. Imagine with me. I wish I put a house there instead of just the plot. Yeah, that's decent. I think we'll go with that. Yeah. So we want a little sidewalk maybe leading to their house. So let me scratch this off. This is also giving you, you know, the tips and tricks for my custom brick layout design. In fact, after I make this little brick layout design, come on here. After I lay this out, maybe I'll hop into the actual designer and show you sort of a little bit more of the process of what it took me to make this. No, that's a little too far out. Actually, yeah. And we can finagle with this later. These butterflies are so pretty. It's a shame they don't sell for anything. So let's take a look in our designer real quick. So the edges connect with what's next to it. And so if we want this pattern to be repeating, if we have something on the edge, we want something to also be on the other edge. We want it to be continue as though it were sort of the same brick on the other side. And so, for example, the sort of shading that I have here, if I were to stop the shading short on this side, I would also want it to be stopped, at least for a little bit, on this side, to give the graphical render that you can see in the bottom right-hand corner over here, sort of the space to render it maybe a little bit more appropriately. But I also, you see this one, I think it's new in this game. I don't know if they had this in New Leaf, or I don't remember if they did. We have this transparent space, so below it, the grass color can actually show through, so that way I don't have to make edges as much. Though I could, for example, fill this in and say, oh, we have sort of orange filling, but you see when we put one of these down, the edges get cut off because they are meant to be with the other bricks next to it. And as you can see, when there are other bricks next to it, it looks like it just runs into itself. But that means that I want something on either end of it. And so what I did was I just copied this into another slot and then edited it. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to just display it on the ground. That's just what my fingers just roll around over to. I changed the design so that way some of the bricks maybe were shorter, some were a little bit longer, but that whatever was on the edge that I still wanted this to be, so this is the right side, so the left edge is going to be connected, and so this is still connected, but it isn't as long of a brick as it was previously. Instead, we shortened bricks so I could fit enough so that way the edge of the design was still sort of an interesting shape. So we have sort of this non-uniform slope. It doesn't just zigzag back and forth. It isn't just a straight line. It has something that feels interesting, especially if it's in a repeating pattern. So that way, when we lay it down, you see the bricks run into the bricks next to it, and we see this second row brick that where my feet are right next to looks like a slightly longer brick than some of the other ones. And same with this one on the left side right here is a slightly longer brick than the other ones. Because this non-uniformity, though slight, does make a difference. It shows up on the bricks. So you see here there's a lot of uniformity, but even between where it just goes left to right, we see medium brick, short brick, medium brick, short brick, medium brick, longish brick, short, medium, medium, short, and these sort of variations of the bricks. And we see also with that along the sides, especially in having the two sides next to each other be different. So we see the edge profile on this side, this sort of like curve in and slower slope out, versus this one which does have some zigzag, but a non-uniformity to the zigzag. It doesn't go the same amount up as it goes down on either way. Those being different profiles then also makes it that when we have the left and right next to each other, it doesn't look like the whole of it is uniform in the same way. It doesn't look like the whole of this path is being bricks laid this way, and then bricks laid that way, and then bricks laid this way. We see a bit of that non-uniformity, which helps make it feel maybe a bit more natural. And you might be able to see too that with this 1, 2, 3, 4th brick up, and then again 4 bricks up from that, and again 4 bricks up, well, I guess here 8 bricks up from that, there's a slightly wider gap between the bricks as there is on this side as well, because all of this occasional non-uniformity, adding in just a quirk in each piece of the tile, then allows it all to feel, I say feel more natural. I think you would also be correct in saying maybe feel more handmade. So I also then wanted to make some ones like this one, which are sort of slopes between, but the overall shape that it makes is this sort of diagonal. So that way I could say I want to make a little patio here, but that's just a little dome-ish shape. I do this. And I could make it even sort of more of a full circle if along the top I used this top left or this top right. This top right being sort of the funkiest one because it doesn't have the full sort of slope shape. But again, I wanted to make it feel less like I was drawing direct tiles and more like I was laying brick with all of the imperfections that has. But on top of all of that, I also have this one here, which is just a solo one. So if I need a path of 1, and I don't need to lay 2 next to each other, this has the complete bricks on either side, so nothing gets cut off. And I use that in a couple of places. Most directly, I use that like here on the pathway up to Nate's house, or, pardon me, Olaf, over here on the path up from our little swole row. But it's important to note too that in laying this down, this singular path isn't the same as what I used right here, because if we lay these solo paths down next to each other, we can see display on ground, display on ground. That leaves this gap in between, which is the whole purpose of making this one that has it on the edges to begin with. Now, I think that there'd be a perfectly good way to make these kinds of, I just put them down, but I actually want them here. Give me a second. To make something like this look nice, where you just have the singular pattern that you can use for all of them, you just fill in the squares. But you would want the kinds of gaps that you see here in the middle to possibly also be along this axis as well. And so you would want to have a different intent with your cobbling. And if you look in my designs, you see I was hoping to, or I was thinking about experimenting with something like that with this cobble circle, where I was hoping that because each one is a little bit of a circle, if I continue to have them like this, then maybe, oh, it's these tiles of circles, basically. But a couple of things. One, I felt that, especially in like the middle right here, this felt very empty, and I wasn't sure how to make it feel less empty other than in making it, sort of designing it so that the bricks might, or the cobbles might come together to look like an individual thing, but I wasn't sure how to design that without having sort of this problem here, where if they were alone, then they don't look like, it looks like you have a piece rather than the whole of it. The other part is I also need darker, so you see I have light shading on these, but I also need some darker shading to make these cobbles look more three-dimensional. And that's a bit of a problem I have with these bricks as well, is that they're not as 3D as I would like, but they do have shading that helps make them look less flat. But these especially, because they are cobbles, and cobbles are less flat than bricks are, then it needs even more shading. It needs more, a finer hand with the pixel art than I probably have. Whereas with these, you know, I feel like, you know, I could take a day and shade that in pretty nicely. But thank you for coming with me, dear patrons, on this journey through my little Animal Crossing town. I feel like it's a good spot to wrap up with now that we've talked about the design of the bricks and the layout of the town, and how maybe before you get your own pathways, you can design your own tiles to make pathways, or if perhaps you've already unlocked your pathways and you don't like, you don't have something that quite fits what you need. I should make a spot where the pathway curves rather than just having these sort of right angle-y things, because I designed bricks like this, and I could have in here even a brick. No, that ain't quite what I wanted to do, but we'll go with it. So you see how it sort of starts to slope up a little bit more. It feels a little bit more rounded out. And for that, I might want to change this top right brick to be more like the top left brick, where it does have more of that angle to it, as opposed to just being sort of half out. But I'm going to catch this net, or this net. I'm going to catch this sky egg. Ah, beans. I'll just set this one down. There we go. Hey, what's going on here? I'm gonna fix this one, you know. Probably set the wrong brick down or put it down in the wrong place, then you know how it goes. But hopefully this is also sort of informative for your own towns. And who knows, when I get the ability to lay down pathwork, I might just uproot all of this. But you know, that's the point of a town. You know, you keep it ever changing. Oh, I forgot to drop my hottest take. My hottest take is that in this game, this island is a constitutional monarchy because, you know, Tom Nook has a lot of sort of, I'll say inherent ownership and power. He does make you pay to put down a plot of land. That's how I felt when he made me pay to put down a plot of land. That's how I felt when I got pepper up my nose. That's how I felt when I learned I had to pay 50,000 bells to move a thing. But you are the... oh, that ain't what I wanted. You are the island representative, the resident representative, aka you are the you're the elected official. Though I don't know how often they hold elections. It doesn't seem to be often enough with all the new people moving in. This is what everyone did when I was elected as the representative. But it means that I essentially encourage Nook what to do, but he still has the power over me by, for example, making me pay to sell plots of land. And so I think that this is a constitutional monarchy, because, you know, he still, in this one, owns my house and still owns the island and all of that jazz, you know? So holla at me in the comments if you agree with me that this is a constitutional monarchy with Nook as the figurehead. Well, I'm going to stop the stream, but I'm going to keep playing, probably. Or make breakfast. I should make breakfast. I'm going to make breakfast. I'm going to eat food, and I encourage you all to do the same. Is there any food that I can eat? Can I eat bamboo? No. I could eat a peach, but I don't want to. You know what? I'm just going to take a nice little seat in my friend's yard. And I will see you all later. Wait. No, I don't want to spin off the chair. Ah, beans. There we go. Goodbye. Goodbye. I like him shouting. What can I say?